Up at 5 o'clock, breaking news on the reopening of Connecticut. In just 2 weeks, the state will be more open than at any point in the last year.
This is really a huge change today. New guidelines affect restaurants, bars, gyms, sports, and a whole lot more. Channel 3 Eyewitness News reporter Matthew Campbell is live right now with our top story detailing some of these big changes for us. Matthew?
Yeah, Mark and Aaron, the biggest is there will be no more capacity limits, and this is going to affect many sectors. Let's take a look at some of them here. Restaurants, shops, salons, gyms, and churches can all operate at full capacity to an extent. There is still an 11 p.m. curfew, and the masks must be worn, and the social distancing needs to be followed. Now, that may be subtle, but for restaurants, that's still a big deal because when tables are spaced out at 6 feet, they argue true capacity cannot actually be realized. However, this move is another example of our state rejecting some of the CDC recommendations. This week, the director urged states not to reopen, and Governor Lamont says this decision was not made lightly.
We wanted to emphasize that which works and that which is enforceable. And we know what works is the mask. We know what works is social distancing. And we know that the curfew is something that we can enforce. And we thought those are the three prime ways we can maintain the discipline a little bit longer. I think going from 75 to 100% or 50 to 100% was less determinative and gives a lot of our partners in the retail restaurant space a little bit more breathing room.
And two other big changes. Sports will be back on March 19th. All sports are going to be allowed to practice and compete. Travel restrictions are also being lifted so that 14-day quarantine, it's being advised, but it will not be enforced. Much more at 6, but for now, that's the latest. Live here at the Digital Desk. Matthew Campbell, Channel 3 News.